yourself in Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
I don't judge, and the old timers didn't either, fighters chronologically as much as I do by the amount of fights they've had and the amount of punches they take. I judge them that way.
Because he definitely has the skill of a top five, just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault.
Boxing pundits are now daring to discuss what was once considered unthinkable, that Terence Crawford may have surpassed even a prime Floyd Mayweather. His stunning unanimous decision victory over Canelo Alvarez to claim the undisputed super middleweight championship has fueled the debate. Crawford was praised not only for the win but for the way he achieved it, controlling the distance with precision, switching stances effortlessly, standing firm under pressure, and blending intelligence with ruthless efficiency.
Outboxed Canelo, made Canelo miss, stood right in front of him when he was supposed to, he moved when he was supposed to, made it look easy. He beat Canelo Alvarez better than Floyd Money Mayweather, which makes him better than Floyd Money Mayweather, in my opinion.
Prominent voices like Bob Arum have gone as far as to claim that Crawford's ambidexterity and complete skill set put him in a category where he could match, and perhaps even eclipse, Mayweather at his peak.
Wipes the floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him, but Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but I think there's only one winner.
What fight would make the most? Why do you feel he wipes the floor with him?
What?
Is it because of the weight difference?
Because Canelo, Canelo is used to fighting at a particular level, and and I don't think that Terence can hurt Canelo, but Canelo can hurt Terence.
Do you think the welterweight Boots Ennis would stand a chance against Crawford? Or?
I have no idea, but I know that Boots Ennis is a tremendous fighter and a great talent. Whether he'd stand a chance with Crawford, I don't really know, because at 147, Crawford is, I think, unbeatable.
The debate intensified when Canelo Alvarez, who has shared the ring with both men, declared that Crawford is the superior fighter. Speaking after his unanimous decision defeat to Crawford in 2025, which crowned Crawford as the undisputed super middleweight champion, Canelo cited Crawford's adaptability, high ring IQ, ability to switch stances, and airtight defense as proof that he outshines Mayweather.
He said he might be better than Mayweather. I can see it, because Crawford got a little bit of Mayweather in him, but he got the offense going on. It's not like all defense, blocking everything, points, you know. Crawford can actually hurt you. He's actually a fighter. He'll fight you. You know, he'll box you, but he'll fight you too. He ain't no joke.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. built a flawless 50-0 record on the foundation of unmatched defensive mastery and dominance across weight classes from super featherweight to light middleweight. Known for immaculate footwork, razor-sharp reflexes, masterful counterpunching, and an uncanny ability to avoid damage while dictating the pace, Mayweather captured 15 world titles in 5 divisions. During one of boxing's most competitive eras, he consistently faced and defeated top-tier names and champions.
Of all the fights, you've had 50. Who would you say was your toughest opponent?
You got guys that punch hard and hit hard, and you got guys that come out and win a few rounds. But nothing really was tough. I've been in a boxing gym and guys have given me great sparring and great work. They said ass whooping will humble you. I go home and say, you gotta tighten up, champ.
Yeah.
You gotta get it together, champ. And then sometimes I go home and say, is this for me? I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist. And we all know God only made one thing perfect, and that's my boxing record.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Terence Crawford, however, brings his own historic resume. He remains undefeated, boasting more than 18 world titles across 5 divisions and making history as the first male boxer to become undisputed champion in 3 weight classes. A natural switch hitter, Crawford carries his power through every division, combining precision with knockout ability. He has produced dominant wins against elite opposition such as Errol Spence Jr. and, most recently, Canelo Alvarez.
He was a little frustrated in there, but that's part of the game.
The last question is that I know, Trey, after the fight, have you feel yet the significance of this win and what it means in your legacy and your career?
To be honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, you know, but for me, I knew I could do it. And I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
You seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it, but you know, I think I was the better man.
Crawford's victory over Canelo was a landmark moment in modern boxing. Moving up 2 weight classes to challenge for the undisputed super middleweight crown, he emerged victorious via unanimous decision after 12 grueling rounds. The judges scored it 116 to 112, 115 to 113, and 115 to 113 in Crawford's favor. His game plan was simple yet brilliant: control the ring with footwork and jabs, counter with precision, and withstand Canelo's trademark pressure without cracking. Even after suffering a cut above his right eye from a head clash, Crawford never lost composure. The triumph made him the first male boxer to achieve undisputed status in 3 divisions, improved his record to 42-0, and solidified his place among the sport's all-time greats.
When I set my sights on doing something, and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, you know, but for me, I knew I could do it, and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
You seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it, but, you know, I think I was the best.
Roy Jones Jr. has elevated Crawford into conversations usually reserved for legends, insisting that his fluid stance switching, impeccable timing, ring intelligence, and complete command of offense and defense mark him as exceptional. While Jones notes Crawford still needs a few marquee matchups to fully cement his legacy, he believes Crawford's recent dominance over elite opponents proves he is finally fulfilling the potential long recognized by experts.
Probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely has the skill of a top 5. Just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best opposition near our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for like pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donnell. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost to nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost to nobody. Don't tell me he better than Bud, no.
Keith Thurman echoed similar praise, calling Crawford's victory a boxing clinic defined by fundamentals, ring generalship, and smart tactics. Thurman highlighted how Crawford's jab, movement, angles, and distance neutralized Canelo's pressure and power. While Thurman admitted he initially doubted Crawford's ability to carry his strength up in weight, he conceded that Crawford's speed, timing, and composure were decisive. He added that Canelo looked slower than usual and struggled to adapt, concluding that Crawford's win was a masterclass in strategy and skill.
It's the morning after the big fight. Crawford Canelo. Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm gonna let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right, okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101, set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks, all right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe-to-toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body. Like I said, people, it was a clinic.
Fernando Vargas openly admitted he underestimated Crawford, confessing that the performance exceeded his expectations. He praised Crawford's flawless execution, sharp technique, and ring control, while still respecting Canelo's stature as a dangerous champion. Vargas acknowledged that on this night, Crawford was the superior fighter and expressed admiration for the dominance and skill Crawford displayed on such a historic stage.
What's up, people? It's the morning after the big fight. Crawford Canelo. Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm gonna let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right, okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101, set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks, all right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe-to-toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body. Like I said, people, it was a clinic.
Fernando Vargas Jr., son of Fernando Vargas, offered a different perspective, pointing to the toll of Canelo's long career. With nearly 70 professional bouts, Vargas Jr. argued that wear and tear has inevitably slowed Canelo, diminishing the explosiveness and hunger that once defined him. Though he still sees Canelo as one of the sport's biggest names, Vargas Jr. believes years of grueling battles have dulled his once punishing power and relentless drive.
Too much. It definitely wasn't. Yeah, it definitely wasn't. I ate my words up, you know what I mean? But ¿qué nos ves tú?
¿Todos esta foto? Fue hace como 2 años.
Sí.
Good. I was like, no, that's great.
I have a really good. You want one there? I'll give you a coffee. All right, Carlos.
Excuse us.
Yeah. So, what was it?
What do you think happens next for both Canelo and Crawford?
I think that, man.
You got it.
Bud, I always knew that Bud was a great fighter. He can work both guards, orthodox and southpaw. Amazing talent.
Trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas has long praised Crawford for qualities beyond the measurable. He often highlights Crawford's mental sharpness, instincts, timing, and uncanny ability to read opponents mid-fight. Atlas argues that Crawford's craftiness, heart, and ability to adapt are the true hallmarks of greatness. He admires how Crawford has moved seamlessly through weight divisions, taking on risks and challenges head-on, and insists that Crawford belongs in the rare category of fighters who combine both skill and mentality at the highest level.
Most fans or most people would probably say Crawford, I'm guessing, because that's a big part of how he's won, and everybody feels that and rightfully so, that the way he's figured out, he's constantly changing from lefty to righty. He's a person that alters his attack. Sometimes he's a boxer, sometimes he's walking people down. Canelo's style is more the same in most fights. He is a counterpuncher who's waiting for you to make your move so he can counterpunch you. Then when he has you in trouble, he's willing to move forward. His attack is a pretty straightforward one. On the face of it, you might say Crawford, but I think the thing about Canelo Alvarez is that he has seen every style that you...
Jeff Mayweather, uncle of Floyd Mayweather Jr., addressed Canelo's claim that Crawford is greater than Floyd. He suggested that such praise may have been strategic, meant to elevate Canelo's own legacy by boosting the stature of his conqueror. While acknowledging Crawford's intelligence and skill, Jeff contested the idea that he surpassed Floyd's defensive genius. He reminded fans that comparisons often stem from fighters seeking to frame their own careers, ultimately maintaining that Floyd's track record still stands alone.
This is the eye test. Everyone he's been in there, he's won convincingly. I know with the Matrimore fight, people want him to win big. It was his first time stepping up in weight to 154, and it was a guy with 300 amateur fights. Only had 10 pro fights, but he had 300 amateur fights, with the best international fighters in the world. And he had a very deliberate style, a very distinct style, a very awkward style in its own way. So people don't look at that. They don't look at the things, obviously, that I'm looking at.
Roy Jones Jr. added another angle, suggesting Crawford could even consider retirement after this monumental win. Jones reasoned that few fighters could ever match such an achievement, moving up divisions, defeating a legend like Canelo, and becoming undisputed in 3 weight classes. He argued that Crawford might have little left to prove, sparking debate among fans over whether Bud should walk away at his absolute peak.
We got, Crawford, do you think he stays there at 168? Does he go down to 160 and try to get another weight class? I'll start with him first. What's his next move? He said he doesn't want to rematch with Canelo, but I think that'd be on the table. That's going to be a ton of money, obviously.
I think that the Canelo fight may be so big that it's a fight that he is going to actually probably say yes to.
He has to feel comfortable he can win again. It's not like he got lucky in a one-punch knockout. He won that fight.
Yeah, he won the fight, so I don't see him being. There's no reason for him to be scared.
Right.
And I think that that might be the fight that he'll take out of all the offers that's out there, because now he's at 68. He don't want to go backwards and go down in weight class.
A very smart fight. Took the fight in the middle. Let Canelo get off his steam early. Came in the later rounds and just outboxed him for a very smart fight. Didn't stand in the middle for him. Made him use the ring like Canelo doesn't like to do. He took the Eric Landalari blueprint and used it very well. How surprised were you with Crawford's performance? Was you surprised? Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. If you look at Eric Landalari, you notice Bud never turned right-handed the whole fight, because he knew Eric Landalari gave him most trouble because you used the ring on him as a southpaw.
How special is Terence Crawford as a fighter? First person to be 3-way undisputed.
Terence is very special. He definitely goes in the top 10, maybe even the top 5 of the best pound for pound ever.
Do you think, is there any
So the question remains, who is greater in their prime, Floyd Mayweather or Terence Crawford?